All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again with corrupt Alvin Bragg. You know, all of these people, you know, that's been going after Donald Trump. Now you got this corrupt judge that found him guilty. This whole case was just a straight sham. And now they plan on trying to lock Donald Trump up, according to Sonny Hostin from The View, because she said DA Alvin Bragg office been leaking information to her about what they're going to do to Trump. So I definitely want to check this one out. This one is coming by Doug. I will leave the original video in the description. Make sure y'all go to Doug's channel. Let him know that I sent you. All right. He said Trump should thank Alvin Bragg. And just by this title, I can tell exactly what Doug is finna say. That Trump should thank Alvin Bragg because this dumb stuff that Alvin Bragg just did, this whole case, just got Donald Trump reelected. You see Democrats that done turned on Joe Biden them are now signing and now siding with Donald Trump. So this whole case literally helped Donald Trump out. Whether they want to admit it or not, it helped Donald Trump out. His poll numbers are through the roof. Joe Biden is just scrambling, can't finish sentences, still falling, don't know what to do. Too late to remove him now and swap him out. So like I said, we definitely finna get straight into this. Make sure y'all please hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to the one that always stay to the very, very end. I appreciate all of you that do that. Like I said, I think this video about 16 minutes. So if you do stay to the end, I will really, really appreciate it. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And let's go ahead and dive straight into it, y'all. Let's go.
Piers Morgan has a full panel of our favorite people, including this lady, liberal lady on the right. She used to work for Al Jazeera. She's in San Francisco in the background, and she's wrong about everything. Kevin O'Leary says Alvin Bragg should be thanked by Trump for putting him in the White House. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's go.
Because if all that happens in each term of office is one party trying to incarcerate the other's leader, I don't know where that leaves America in a few years' time.
Well, this will only come back to bite Democrats if they lose their grip on power, and obviously they don't think that they will.
This is a good point. This is what we feared about the politicization of the justice system. When the Democrats lose their grip on power, there must be reciprocation. We must do the same thing back to them. By the way, if you're not a subscriber yet, I would love to have you in our happy throng of happy patriots. Come join us, subscribe. Creepy Biden smile coming up. Maybe ask the children to go in the other room because they might stay up all night in having night terrors after seeing this smile.
Mr. President, Donald Trump says that you are imprisoning him because he's your political rival. What do you say to that charge?
Well, I'll stop you there. We have the clip. Let's play the clip.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir?
Look at this creepy smile.
Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign?
What a creepy, gross weirdo is our president. I've never been so ashamed. I wouldn't let that guy around anyone alone in a room. That's how creepy he is.
Yep.
I don't want to be alone in the room with him. He's a weirdo. Call the police.
Yes, and it's pretty clear this is not a man who thinks that he has to be accountable to the American people. When you look at the federal charge against Trump, there was a poll that came out when that charge was brought that showed 62% of Americans think that it's primarily politically motivated. They just don't seem to care.
That's the first backfire. 62% of Americans think that Trump's felon charge is politically motivated.
It is.
That alone, 62%, guys, that cuts way into Democrats. Yep. They're going to find sympathy and vote for Trump. Good. This is all about good news for Trump in this whole episode. That's the massive reversal.
I would challenge her to see if she could possibly articulate how and what crime Trump committed, because so far Alvin Bragg, the DA, has failed to do so. The judge in the case, Judge Merchan, has failed to do so. And they can't do it because Trump didn't commit any of the crimes for which he's been convicted.
Well, let's just ask quickly before I go to Kevin. Francesca, just on that point, what crime did Trump commit?
Oh, this is going to be good. Francesca, the airhead who used to work for Al Jazeera.
Oh, man.
Fighting for LGBTQ rights, even as Al Jazeera, as they're punishing those people in their communities. And she's paid for by Qatar. This is all deep, dark, evil socialist money that's paying this girl. Let's see if she can come up with a crime, because no one else in the world has been able to come up with what Trump was guilty of. Alvin Bragg didn't say it, and they'll even bring the Democrats to shut her down. So watch this.
It was financial crimes. It was white collar crimes. That is exactly what they charged him. He was convicted on.
What was the crime?
It's New York State law.
No, I understand. What was the crime?
It is
She's very vague. She doesn't know, but she does not know.
This is crazy.
This is embarrassing for poor Francesca. You poor thing.
Francesca,
I don't even like it. It is
hang on,
literally,
Mark,
he just got convicted on 34 counts.
Francesca, what was the crime?
Of like cooking the actual books.
What's the crime?
That guy in the middle, liberal Democrat, Mark Gallegos, the celebrity attorney, is trying to help her. He's going, no, Francesca, no, don't do it. You don't know. And he's a Democrat, non-Trumper. This is hilarious. Even he throws her under the bus.
You are not allowed. So you are not allowed to use your own financial, like your own money, to pay off somebody, and then he logged it as something different. He logged it as just a regular payment, but he was actually paying off this porn star to keep quiet, which, if he hadn't been running for president, would not have mattered, but he was, and so it impacted campaign finance laws in New York State.
In other words, she doesn't know.
Okay, that is what Juan Merchan just oversaw this. Alvin Bragg brought these charges because Michael Cohen, his sister, was already sentenced to 3 years to do it.
That's not quite what happened. Watch.
This is crazy, man.
He's smiling in the middle, shaking his head at her, going, you don't know. Now, later she's going to Google and try to come up with the crime. She tries to Google it. Doesn't work.
Look, I'm no expert. Let me just say, hang on, Michael.
You are no expert. That's right. The campaign finance law is a federal law.
So Michael Knowles is really bringing up the big thing, which is the campaign finance laws is a federal law, so it should not be done down at the state. Okay, that's the big thing against Alvin Bragg. We'll clear all this stuff. These guys are going to talk about it. You'll have all the information by the end of this video. Here we go.
Francesca, I want to go to Mark. You're the lawyer. Is anything Francesca just said, is that actually the crime?
I like Francesca a lot, and we probably agree on 80% of our worldviews. However, Francesca, the way you just described it, call me afterwards and I'll educate you, because that's not what happened.
That's not what happened. Listen, we're on the same side and you're wrong. I love that. By the way, I feel the same way about conservatives. It's like, hey, Doug, we're on the same side, and guess what? You're wrong. She's wrong. Corrected by her own.
There was no theory that was given to the jurors. The jurors were told it could have been campaign finance, it could have been tax, it could have been false books. They were told they didn't have to specify.
They did not name the crime.
Right.
They said it could be one of these three. We don't even know. You don't have to even specify the crime. You don't have to even agree on what the crime is. They still will not tell Trump what the crime is that he's guilty and standing before and going to jail for. This is Kafka-esque. This is like the trial.
This is crazy, y'all.
Where he wakes up unfairly as a cockroach. This is a puppet show. This is a mockery of our government.
And specifically told they did not have to agree unanimously. That's what irks me. Lifelong Democrat, no fan of Trump, never voted for Trump, never will.
Well, you should vote for Trump now. I mean, I get it. But, if they came for Trump, and even though you're a Democrat, Mark, they will come for you.
They sure
just
will.
Out of self-preservation of our legal system, you cannot vote for Biden, or you are saying you want this to happen.
But I will tell you, as somebody who has spent his entire career with kind of taking on unpopular causes and holding the government accountable, I have to tell you, I do that for a reason. And the reason is this kind of shenanigans, and that's the best light I can spin it, in the criminal courts has no place in a federal election.
No.
Shenanigans. This has no place in a federal election. Shenanigans. That's a very nice way of saying it.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say that Democrats agree shenanigans happened. And you know what? Shenanigans happened, and now a man is going to jail. He's a convicted felon now. That's what happens when Democrats play shenanigans.
Yep.
You and I become felons.
Campaign finance laws were federal, not state, and the state laws had nothing.
So the state laws had nothing to do with this case. Alvin Bragg had no right to do it. So they had to monkey up the cover-up charge with Stormy Daniels in order to be able to say, this is now a felony. This is a cover-up. This is Trump trying to steal.
See that? And that right there is exactly what I'm talking about. This woman, Francesca, she don't know what she's talking about. Now, you got a Democrat who just admitted that he don't really like Trump. He's never voted for Trump, and he said he never will. I don't agree with that part because obviously if you see what the Democrats are doing to Donald Trump, that should make you want to say, you know what, I'm just going to vote for Trump. But he said he's not. But he did put her in a place like, look, Francesca, you don't know what you are talking about. I don't know what she been watching, but obviously they saying what the crime could have been. And she's going on, she was talking like she was there in the hotel room. Like she just know everything, don't know nothing. And your own side had to tell you that you was wrong. Like this right here is crazy. Like that's crazy. Your own side, Mark had to tell you that you are wrong. I'm sitting here listening to this woman. I'm like, what is she talking about? Was she watching the same thing we was watching? She knew this stuff was one-sided. You talking about a corn star who been with thousands of men? But she just point Donald Trump out, which none of us would never know what happened. Was Trump there, whatever. We'll never know that. But we do know that this woman is a liar. We do know Stormy Daniels is a liar. We do know that. And that's why you can't listen to her. You can't believe her. You can't listen and believe to a E. Jean Carroll. You can't believe none of them. They lied too much. They've been talking about this for the longest. I want Donald Trump to go to jail. Michael Cohen was just on TikTok talking his mess, talking about Donald Trump needs to go to jail, but Donald Trump can't mention his name. Like this crazy, this stuff is just one-sided and Democrats are seeing it. That's why you're seeing a lot of them turn on Joe Biden and don't even want to be a Democrat no more and just say, you know what, I'm voting for Donald Trump. Forget this. I'm not finna be a part of this. So like I said, this is crazy. I'm listening to her. I'm like, this girl don't know nothing. She don't know what she is talking about. She just putting together a whole lot of food salad.
Illegitimately steal an election. They won't even say that's the crime, of course, because it'd be laughed out of the room.
Half the country in the U.S. believes this is politically motivated.
It is.
It's not a good thing. It's having more impact on the state of New York, which is seen as unstable. Whether the case has flaws in it or not will be solved for in the appellate system. So,
oh, Kevin, you poor sucker. You still believe the appellate system? By the way, those five, there's five black female judges who are in the appellate court in Manhattan, five radical. These are always like Black Panther operatives, socialists.
Most people assume because of the importance of this situation that it will go through the appellate system as quickly as possible, if necessary, to the Supreme Court. In the end of the day, these things balance themselves.
No, they don't balance themselves. What the heck is this? Who are you? Kevin O'Leary. Why would you say that? They don't balance themselves. Are you kidding? People go to jail illegally all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Political prisoners all the time. See, Kevin O'Leary, he still believes. He is right. This will have to go to the Supreme Court, and they'll have to straighten it out.
The damage done to New York started back in the other litigation around real estate. Quietly, large projects, those are over $1 billion, are not being started in New York currently. People are waiting until things stabilize.
Yeah, that is so good. See, Kevin O'Leary sees, I don't know if it's enough for him to vote for Trump yet, but you better get your head out, dude, if you ever want to do business in New York
I'm
again.
telling you.
Fix this thing. Put this thing back on track. Pull this truck out of the ditch and get it back on the road and drive.
I mean, like I said, you got a Kevin O'Leary who ain't really too supportive of Trump, but he's been speaking out on this stuff the whole time. I think even going back to the Fannie Willis case, he's been speaking out on this crap. He's been seeing what they've been doing to Donald Trump, trying to lock him up because they can't beat him because he's running away in the polls. Now they want to jail him. Now they made him a convicted felon. Now Joe Biden and his campaign going to continue to try to call Donald Trump dead all the way up to election. That right there was Judge Merchan's whole thing. That's what he wanted to happen. He don't care about it being overturned. He just wanted to be able to say Donald Trump is a convicted felon that went to jail. That's all they want to be able to say and think that's going to convince people to not vote for Donald Trump. But it backfired badly. badly, because we are still voting for Donald Trump. We still voting for him. So this right here is a sham trial. We ain't listening to what y'all have to say because we know y'all just are liars and y'all can't beat this man fair and square, and y'all just had to cheat the system trying to lock up Donald Trump.
Vote for Trump. It's not that hard. Same with this Mark Garagos guy in the middle going like, I will never vote for Trump. Really? Do you care about the rule of law or not?
And I've moved projects out of New York to places like Oklahoma, North Dakota, West Virginia, Montana, Pennsylvania, much more stable environments. It's too difficult to work in that unstable environment. And the real problem is you can't raise institutional capital right now.
Yeah, no money wants to come into New York. They're terrified of Democrats. And I'm sorry, but it's too late. You can put Trump in charge. He can fire everybody. It won't be enough. The corruption in New York, the politicization of the legals of the law is so bad for business. You do not want to go to Democrat states. They're wackos. They will punish your company. They'll tax the living daylights out of it. They'll throw you in jail. It's over for businesses in Democrat areas and states.
The capital from around the world thinks New York's a little off kilter.
And now that's Kevin being gentle. A little off kilter. Really, a little off. If it was a little off kilter, you can navigate that with a lot of money. With billions of dollars, you can go in and buy the right people. It's a little off kilter. No, it's not coming in because it is a lot completely financially, legally, morally screwed up. New York as a business place in Manhattan is ruined, is why business, not a little off kilter, Kevin.
But something happened that changed everything, and this is the law of unintended consequences. Alvin Bragg started charging Trump, and immediately the entire Republican Party coalesced behind him almost in 48 hours.
That's right, Alvin Bragg. This is Kevin O'Leary, coming up with making the case that Trump needs to thank Alvin Bragg for uniting the Republican Party.
He should just you know what, Donald Trump, thank Alvin Bragg, because like I say, either way it go, I think even without this, I think Donald Trump was still going to be elected as president. But like this right here, just really just boosted his momentum up, like with this dumb stuff. Trump should thank Alvin Bragg because Alvin Bragg just then got Donald Trump some more votes. Alvin Bragg has just caused a lot of Democrats that didn't like Donald Trump to now vote for Donald Trump. How that's working out for you? You even seen the sheriff in California say, you know what, I can't do this no more. I can't be a Democrat no more. This is wrong. I don't support what they are doing. Even if I don't like Donald Trump, I can't support that. And I'm now voting for Trump. So Alvin Bragg then helped out Donald Trump even more right now.
By the way, I didn't have the quote in here, but even Mitt Romney is starting to come out and defend Trump, the guy he hates the most.
Oh, Mitt Romney?
I know Mitt Romney is coming around to it going, this case is too far.
If Trump becomes president, I think he has a big debt to Alvin Bragg.
Right.
Alvin Bragg is the kingmaker.
Yeah.
He made Trump president by polarizing the country so much and motivating the base so much that in the last 42 hours, Trump has passed $60 million in fundraising. That's an all-time record for him.
I want you guys to write this down because Kevin O'Leary nailed it. Alvin Bragg is the one who is divisive, who divided the country. Instead of Trump being divisive, it's Alvin Bragg. Is divisive. What Alvin Bragg did unite is the Republican Party. And he took a whole lot of rhinos and united them with the Republican Party. And he took some Democrats and centrists and independents in the middle and united them to the Republican Party. Alvin Bragg did that. That is a massive, massive tectonic reversal that Kevin O'Leary is talking about here. Let's keep going.
Because the only thing that could further guarantee a Trump victory is if they try and put him in jail on July the 11th, which, by the way, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yes, put him in jail. Lock him up. Lock him up. Put Trump in jail. instant president. Thank you. Alvin Bragg, Juan Merchan, throw him in jail.
Yep.
We will take our presidency, and then it's going to be his turn to throw you in jail on
Yep.
the same grounds. Politicization. Politics just means, look, you're a Democrat. Republicans are going to throw you in jail. We're going to put in our fake jury, our fake judge. We're going to install our own DAs, install our own legal system. We're coming after you. We're coming after you. It's your turn. Alvin Bragg, go to jail. You can cry all you want.
Sure
I'm going to
can.
sit there and say, you know, this is how it has to be done. The Democrats will not learn. They won't stop until Letitia James is in jail, until Fani Willis is in jail,
Facts.
until we try Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Try them all. Throw them in jail. And when they're locked up in there, they'll go, you know, this politicization of the law, we have to stop this. They'll agree with us then, us conservatives.
Do y'all remember when Robert De Niro was running his mouth about Donald Trump, talking about we can't let Donald Trump back in the White House. He would never leave. He would never leave. Okay, if that's the case, if you're saying if you let Donald Trump back in the White House and he won't never leave, well, you can say the same about Barack Obama. He ain't never left. Remember when he was president, when he didn't do a good job, he's been still hanging around with Joe Biden. He ain't left nowhere. He's still around. But see, they ain't going to call that out. They just want to call out Donald Trump. We can't let Donald Trump in the White House because he won't leave. Well, these people are delusional, man. So keep on with your rants. Keep running your mouth. And like I said before, thanks to Alvin Bragg for getting Donald Trump reelected. Appreciate that. Put him in jail, Judge Bashan, because that sure enough just going to... You might well go ahead and announce him president now, especially if you put him in jail.
That it has to be stopped.
I do want to just say, look, so the crimes were falsifying business records. Now, the reason I didn't know that before is because I'm not a lawyer and I'm not the journalist who is anchoring this entire show who should have told you that it was falsifying business records. Now, on the other
because
point,
those aren't felonies.
I hear you that most Americans...
She's wrong. She Googled it, and now she's attacking Pierce Morgan for not telling her what the crime was, which was supposedly falsifying business records, which Alvin Bragg did not state because that's not a felony, which Michael Knowles just brought out. I'm helping clarify all this on why.
She literally don't know what she's talking about. This woman is just up there with a hate for Donald Trump, and she just want them to believe all the crap that's coming out of her mouth. Don't know what she's talking about. She knows she don't know what she's talking about. Now she want to blame Pierce Morgan because she's dumb. This is crazy.
People are saying there is no crime that anyone can articulate that makes sense that Trump is guilty of.
You
Biden's
do
DOJ is
on
also
your show
prosecuting
every
Donald
day
Trump twice.
is you groom your audience for fascism and you
What?
set them up for a complete takeover of the DOJ.
And if you can't win an argument, you just start yelling, you just start calling conservatives fascists and say you groom your audience for fascism. And Michael Knowles is just cracking up because this lady's so
It is crazy.
You want to make sure
Francesca,
that when
you're
Trump is
accusing me
reelected,
of
he
fascism.
can get away.
That's a big-
He can
Francesca,
get away
you're
with
accusing
getting
me of
rid of the
fascism. That's a
Department
big
of
charge.
Education.
All I would point out is that it's not my party that's imprisoning its political opponents
Right.
now. So
I mean,
if we're going to throw that accusation about
I was
Who's
about
in
to say,
prison?
one of the
Who's
key
in
tenets
prison?
of fascism is you imprison your political opponents.
And they all are laughing at her now. They completely destroyed her. She was smoted. I'm Doug in exile.
Shout out to Doug, man. Another great video. This right here, man. It's like Francesca, she don't know what she was talking about. You see, she started getting frustrated towards the end because obviously she was making a big fool of herself. And they just had to go off on like, woman, you don't know what you're talking about. You just running your mouth. You just want to be heard. At this point, you just want to be heard. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about the case. All you're doing is piggybacking off what Alvin Bragg and that corrupt Judge Merchan was saying. Like this right here is crazy. But like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about all of this. Like I said, don't forget to go over to Doug's channel, hit that subscribe button, leave him a comment, and let Doug know that I sent you. But like I said, this woman don't know nothing. Don't know what she's talking about. But like I said, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.